Alright guys, I'm back. I get to play this again, oh boy. Dude, my guy's pissed off. He's like, ugh. Oops. My character doesn't look that cool when he has the armor on. I bought the silly deluxe edition for $10 extra, getting the extra cosmetics, and I don't even use them. So I like my.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
I like my hipster outfit more. All right, let's see. Where am I going? Don't let you go, Nanda. Alright, I get to meet Sebastian's sister, right? The Pinnacle. I guess we're just beelining towards this.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented Blue Power.
Oh boy, oh boy. Let's go.
I know what that means. Merlin trial.
Oh my god, he's so loud. Hope this isn't loud for you guys.
A brother who works at Gringotts.
Revelio.
Couldn't pay me enough to sit behind a desk all day.
Shoot me.
Protect!
Oops. I couldn't hit him with Stupefy because I can't.
Too late for you to learn the error of your ways.
Oh, whatever.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Revelio.
I can't. It's a treasure vault. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Oh no.
Confront. Revelio.
Nope. Revelio.
I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
wonder what this child's gonna want.
Levioso! Accio! Confringo!
Oh, jeez.
Revelio!
Okay, where's the last one? Oh, it's over there.
Confringo! Merlin himself would be proud.
Gee, would he be proud of me? Just destroying a bunch of rocks. Is that what he's gonna be proud of?
There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Boop, 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 boop.
Confringo! Confringo! Levioso! Accio! Confringo! Confringo!
Oh, nice. I actually did.
Oh! Revelio!
Oh, here's a pleasant surprise.
Confringo! Revelio! Confringo!
There's just enough space.
Oh.
Beep, 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 beep.
I'm hungry for a bacon and mushroom stew.
Revelio!
Where is it? I said it was over there, though. Oh, it's over there.
Confringo! Revelio! Confringo! Revelio!
Where's the last one? Hogwarts, they really make you hunt for it, don't they?
Revelio.
Where is it?
Revelio.
Oh, it's over there.
Confringo. Not so tricky after all, Merlin.
There we go. Not so tricky, that took it forever. This always happens in games. I do something like really easy, and then my character is like, whew, that was quite the challenge. Glad that's over. Even though it took me like 20 seconds to like just kill a boss enemy or something. And then the exact opposite happens where it
Revelio.
where, you know, something takes me forever and it's really difficult and I have the hardest time, and they're like, oh, and the character's like, oh, that was a piece of cake, even though I died to it like several times over the course of an hour.
Lumos. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio.
These supposed treasure troves
Lumos.
give me like the worst gear, like gear that is already obsolete. Every time.
Revelio.
I want to do this one.
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
They said launch an airborne enemy to something. But the only object I had around was another enemy.
I can see why Feldcroft needs help. Ranrock's loyalists are hiding out near Feldcroft. They must have the other crate of Chinese chomping cabbages.
Hit 2 enemies simultaneously with the stealth skill.
I'm famished.
There's never 2 people in this together at once.
I've been fighting since before you were.
Leviosa!
Easily diverted.
Revelio!
I'll find ya. Rather unwise.
That's all the crates of Chinese chomping cabbages. I'd better go and see Mr. Thistlewood's friend in Feldcroft.
Why didn't I just buy these?
Get free! Leviosa! Depulso!
I won't rest. Death.
Ranrock has fooled you all. To your demise.
To your demise. It's like we said last time.
Confringo!
Oh shit, I just killed him.
Depulso! Leviosa! Depulso! Leviosa! Depulso! Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this.
Hello there. Do you have the special delivery from my dear friend Eddie?
How do you know that?
Revelio.
I'm supposed to deliver.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Hello there. Do you have the special delivery from my...
Hello, Mr. Ndi? Eddie Thistlewood sent me.
Yes, he told me to expect you. Do you have the Chinese chomping cabbages?
I have them right here.
Marvellous. This will go a long way towards protecting the hamlet from Ranrock's loyalists. The same foul curs who, I'm willing to guess, intercepted them in the first place, along with Rookwood's lot. Feldcroft owes a debt of gratitude to you and Eddie. Thank you for your help.
This game just makes me wanna play, or just watch.
Do you have any
Potter
idea
again.
why the goblins are attacking Feldcroft?
No clue. I used to think it was because of its strategic location, but now it's as if they were looking for something. I will admit, however, that I don't know what they could possibly be looking for.
How do you and Eddie know each other?
We met at Hogwarts. Been friends and business associates ever since. I wasn't surprised to get his owl about his Chinese chomping cabbage scheme. He was always one to go out of his way to help another.
What do you have for sale?
At last, some reinforcements. Hopefully this is enough to thwart the goblins. A pleasure doing business with you.
I don't even know the defense value, but it's already low.
Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
You haven't mentioned that, sir.
Revelio.
Have I mentioned?
It's
you
like a
can
place
give
right
me-
out of a storybook.
Have I mentioned you can give me your money? $3. Ah.
Revelio. Confringo. Aloha Mora.
Aloha Mora. Hey, I forgot about this game.
Revelio.
Oh boy. 39 coins and a piece of gear that I don't need. What a steal.
Mine now, guys. Revelio.
Challenge complete. Dang it, there's a demiguise in there. Dang, he's right there.
Protego. Confringo. Levioso. Cabolso. Confringo.
Yes.
Seems a pleasant enough little place. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. How can I help you?
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today? Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
You know, I used to talk to every single NPC and, like, figure out as much information about them as I could. Like in Skyrim and stuff. But now I'm kind of, like, tired. Like,
Off
these
on
days
another
I'm
adventure, are we?
kind of tired of it. Alright. Let's go meet What's-His-Face's sister. Dang, I stopped at 8 PM yesterday.
Levioso.
Oh yeah, that's right, 'cause I forgot.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Yeah, 'cause I need to buy socks from Target.
Revelio.
Just gonna wait in the rain.
You made it.
No, you made it. I was here first.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to
It was
her.
the uncle that did it.
Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's. This way.
Here we go. Here's the theory. The uncle is the one who cursed Anne. That's why he's refusing to look into it. He's the only one around with a wand. Because ever since Anne got cursed, she's had to been taken care of by the uncle. And for whatever reason, the uncle wants to be near Anne. So, although this game's kind of like rated E for everyone, so I don't think they would go into like that kind of territory with it, but that's still my theory.
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight.
There are 4 houses. I don't think this place was lively, ever.
Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
It's a little hut.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
Abusive uncle.
I'm sorry you had to see.
So we got denial, we got inferiority. There we go, right? Putting others down. Control over the situation, right? The uncle's not going to let anything happen. You know, anything being tried, even if it's positive, or even if like nothing would cure her anyway, he's not even going to let it happen. And then there's gaslighting, right? When the girl was in pain, the uncle framed it as it was Sebastian's fault, even though it was the uncle who, even though Sebastian was positive going into it, and it was the uncle who antagonized the situation. So there we go. We got multiple layers of abuse just from that one interaction. Of course, Sebastian, being like a 15-year-old kid, he doesn't understand that, right? You know, he can't see that from the uncle, right? The uncle's an authority figure, and Sebastian's just like single-focusedly trying to save his sister. And so he's not seeing and so he's just seeing his uncle as stuck up. He's not seeing his uncle as like a manipulator, like what he is. So the uncle antagonized the situation, made Sebastian inferior to control, you know, maintained control over the whole house dynamic, and then framed Sebastian as the bad guy when Anne was in pain, and then he banished Sebastian so that the uncle could be alone with Anne, who is his target victim, essentially, right? So that's basically what it is. It's all those different layers of abuse, and that's the kind of abuse that typically happens in like when it's like abusive families. That's what happens. And it also happens in like relationships where like the abuser is very like involved in the victim's life, and like the victim's relationships with other people. The abuser is able to control the situation, is able to manipulate things and gaslight people and stuff, and basically turn everyone against each other, essentially. So it's a very effective method. It's especially more effective with younger people, or against younger victims, or people who have like more empathy, right? Empaths who are more like caring and compassionate. They wouldn't think that a human being is able to be like psychopathic enough to be abusive, so they aren't able to see those red flags, you know, those telltale signs of abuse or whatever. So I find it very fascinating. But yeah, this is a very like microcosmic instance of that sort of thing, so, which I think is cool. A lot of like children's novels and children's stories are you know, have those sort of like family abuse, you know, themes in it, but you know, it's written by an adult, so they understand like the situation as a whole, but it's always, the story's always told through the child's perspective or the teenager's perspective. So that so you know, they can't, so you're looking through the kid's eyes, and the kid doesn't understand the abuse that's going on, so you as the viewer, you as the reader, get very like the tiniest snippets of it, to where if you don't recognize it, then you know, immediately. And of course, a kid reading a book or playing a video game isn't going to understand that either, right? They're just going to see it and look at the uncle as a strict parent, right? And not really think too deeply into that or whatever. So anyway, super fascinating. I like it.
If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop.
See, maintaining that
He
friendly
thinks he can help
facade
Anne
in front of strangers.
but nothing can be done for her.
It could be that you've not yet discovered the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
So, the uncle, you know, somebody who is abusive might not necessarily, you know, might still have good intentions, right? So, if the uncle here truly, you know, thinks he's truly doing the best for Anne through his perspective, then he's going to, you know, have these like slightly abusive behaviors in this situation, in pursuit of his good intentions, right? But most abusers do not believe that they are evil. That's I think that's the ultimate paradox, and I love that. Well, I don't like it. I think it's the worst, and it shouldn't exist. But it's fascinating. Yeah, I don't like it, but it's fascinating to see.
With all due respect, sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian.
There you go.
They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
Dark magic.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Why is there one giant chair with all these other crappy chairs around?
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault.
At least
It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh, dear Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line.
I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft, really, if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it gaslighting. The uncle has successfully manipulated Anne into believing that that Sebastian is in the wrong by having these situations like what happened with the fight just now, where the uncle blames Sebastian for the pain that Anne is in. You know, and then the uncle framing Sebastian as the bad guy in the situation. You have that done over and over again, repeatedly, and the bystander, the spectator, Anne, is going to believe the uncle, because the uncle is portrays himself as correct, portrays Sebastian as wrong, and is confident about it. And that's the most important thing. In families where there's abuse, where one parent is abusive towards the other, like let's say the husband beats the wife, let's say, and there are children involved, if the husband is good at what he does, then the husband can actually turn the kids against the mom and have the kids believe that the mom is bad and even that the mom deserves to be abused in that situation, in the family dynamic. And so not only does the dad get to beat the mom whenever she quote unquote acts out of line, but the kids believe that to be just, that to just be the natural course of things, and the kids will not respect their mom, and they'll disrespect her, and they'll not listen to her, and they'll turn against her. And what that does is, it turns the kids against the non-abusive parent, but then it also but then at the same time it makes it so that the victim, so in this case the mom in my pretend scenario, is not only getting abused by her husband, but is also getting disrespected by her own children. Her own children have turned against her. So she's being attacked from all sides, and she can't find solace in or peace in any aspect of her home life, so which makes the situation a lot worse. It's very common in abusive situations like that, where the husband beats the wife and gets the kids on his side. The reverse can happen, where like, let's say the mom does it, right? Maybe the mom divorces the dad, and whenever the kids visit the mom, right? They visit the mom and the dad. Whenever the kids visit the mom just trash talks the dad and puts him down in front of the kids, and and says he's to blame for everything and makes him out to be the bad guy, right? That it's similar to what my mom did to me, when I was in middle school. Is that she would portray my dad as being a bad person to me. And so, obviously I didn't fall for it, but a lot of kids do. And that will turn the kids against the dad in that situation, right? So yeah, essentially here, the uncle has managed to turn Anne against her brother and make Anne believe that her brother is in the wrong. It doesn't matter what the brother's doing. It doesn't matter if the brother has the actual cure in his hands. Anne will believe that Sebastian's wrong, and the uncle will maintains control by having Anne believe that impression of Sebastian. So that's what it is. Like, right and wrong doesn't matter in these situations, right? It's whoever has control and whoever's, the most manipulative out of everything. So with families, it's a very microcosmic level, right? It's very like single household, or like like 2 or 3 people involved, right? This happens on a larger scale too. It happens in companies with bosses and their employees. It happens in countries, right? Dictators will do this, right? Like World War II, Hitler was able to convince all the German citizens that the Jews were to blame for their economic problems, and he was able to convince the majority of Germany that he was able to convince them that the Jews were evil and that they should that they needed to go, right? This happens elsewhere too, right? It's pitting people against one another in order to distract them from what the manipulator is doing in the whole situation. It happens everywhere, right? It's one way to get what you want or whatever, right? So again, I think it's fascinating. I think the psychology behind it is super interesting, but seeing it in this game is very unexpected, but it's as common in life as anything, so.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
See, and another thing I want to comment is, this is very reminiscent of like a kidnapping situation, right? Like, imagine, hypothetically, you kidnap somebody, right? The worst thing that can happen, like, let's say you kidnap somebody, right? And you capture them, and you tie them up in your basement, whatever, right? The worst situation is that they try to escape. You don't want that, right? The whole point of kidnapping someone is that you keep them. So, if the worst situation is that they try to escape, what's the best situation? The best situation is that they just stay put. Well, how do you psychologically make somebody stay put, make a prisoner stay put? Well, you convince them that there is no means of escape. That is the best scenario that can happen for you as the captor, right? As the person who captures somebody. You convince them that there is no means of escape. Not only that, but you not only convince them that they cannot escape ever, but you also you know, there's a second step where you make them dependent on you for survival. Or for whatever else, emotional needs, whatever. So you accomplish those two goals, and all of a sudden, the person you kidnapped, who doesn't want to be there, all of a sudden is, you know, mentally and psychologically attached to being your prisoner. And so, I mean, look at what Anne just said, right, in this game. She was saying, you know, that it's futile to find a cure. You know, she hopes that Sebastian can understand the futility of his search, right? She's given up. She doesn't believe she can escape this situation. And so she has just accepted this as the norm, right? The kidnapped victim has accepted that they cannot, that they, you know, have to stay in this basement or whatever, right? That's essentially what you do. I mean, well, that's what you can do, right? So, and then the uncle here, since he is the guardian of, you know, children, he is able to, he as the ever-intelligent adult is able to manipulate the situation to make Anne believe that she cannot escape. A lot of children's stories, not like picture books, but like children's chapter books, are, I think, a couple Magic School or Magic Treehouse books focused on this theme. What, you know, a lot of the plots involving adults are the kids like trying to get away from like an abusive adult like this and trying to convince the victims that they can leave or that they can escape or whatever. And so it's a very common theme. But yeah, the whole trick is to just impose this stuff like correctly. So. Anyway, she believes that there is no escape from her situation, which means that the uncle has convinced her of that. So that, on top of her pain, on top of the fact that her parents are dead and the uncle, and she needs the uncle around in order to feed her and to like live in his house and stuff, you know, and that she's socially isolated from her friends and even socially isolated from her brother, who the uncle kicks out of the house, contributes to her entrapment to the uncle and her dependency on him. So, and I think the one scene in here of you know the uncle fighting with Sebastian and Anne being in pain, I think that one scene like portrayed all that perfectly. It's fantastic. And I think the way that you interpret that scene and like understand what's going on, it definitely depends on how much you understand like abusive relationships and stuff like that. So. Ooh, letters. Let's read the letter. That's a short letter.
Revelio.
Well, at least I can steal their belongings. Eat an apple. Anyway, Sebastian's not gonna let himself be socially isolated from his sister, so we're gonna probably gonna go destroy the Goblin Castle.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I'll admit, I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalist.
There was a, it's the last thing I'll say. There's a, well, because his thing kind of triggered, but there was there's an anime. This has nothing to do with what I just talked about, but there's an anime where... Actually, do I even want to say... I don't think I can describe it properly. Ah, never mind. Alright.
Capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated.
Come on, Sebastian, let's go murder them all.
All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something.
Let's murder them all.
Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
How much longer are we?
Levioso!
Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it. There's a dead wizard in my book. There. Rather I will make you. Nothing over here.
Mr. Dallas.
Who's one less shoot? I know you're in. Who do you think you are?
Confringo!
Oops.
Levioso! Accio! Confringo!
Let's get it. Release me!
Accio!
You've made your last mistake. You will suffer.
Accio!
Rather unwise coming back this way.
Confringo!
I won't rest.
Levioso!
It was only a matter of time.
Did not mean to die there. Just checking. Are you kidding me?
Quiet now.
I have to do all that over again. Fuck.
The wizards will be defeated.
Petrificus Totalis.
Who's there?
Petrificus Totalis.
No witch or wizard will be spared.
Who's there?
Petrificus Totalis.
Don't turn around.
Seems quiet. Someone there? Not quite. Where did they come from? I will I won't rest until you're dead.
Levioso. Deposit. Confringo.
You've made your last mistake.
I know.
Ooh, this shouldn't take long.
Stupid
You think this is funny? No! How nice. Why don't you come up here and fight me?
Accio.
Oh, you think you're so clever. Such arrogance. You can't stop us. That's your best. Not quite. You won't stop me. See your spells glance off of me. Oh, that was meant for me. I've been fighting since before the
Levioso. City. Confringo.
easily converted.
Levioso. Confringo.
That was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Reparo.
Nope, I'm not speaking to Sebastian. Good. Fine, whatever.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelt smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
It seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Revelio! Whose home was this?
Bit abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumour was, a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
An abandoned estate? Why wouldn't someone just live in it? Free house.
Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's Loyalists.
I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Revelio! This well looks familiar.
What do you mean it looks familiar? This is the city from the freaking memory. Oh my god.
Revelio!
The one that was in the drought.
Sebastian, over here. Do you think that this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, I've seen this before. This house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second.
Hell yeah.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor. Hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the Keepers.
It starts getting interesting.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Confringo!
Huh. A stairwell.
They blocked that off, but you can see it perfectly from this side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it perfectly. Nice blocking job, you idiots.
Why bother blocking us?
Lumos. There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
These chairs aren't stacked properly. Control entry 107. Second way you can. Oh yeah, that's right. She's trying to relieve people of their pain.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
Oh, she's gonna use ancient magic to heal people of their trauma.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
I'm gonna comment on the actual entry.
Confringo!
Lumos.
Confringo!
Lumos.
Revelio!
Lumos. You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
Sebastian, grab my hand. We're gonna jump in the mirror.
I know it sounds strange, but...
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough.
I look so
I
cool
can see
as
the
outfit.
Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be flawed.
We can. But perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come.
Oh, this goes back to our hideout.
I'm tempted to hold my breath.
Revelio!
I'm tempted to Revelio.
Lumos.
I want to read more of those journal entries. God dang it, I want to know what happens. Frick, I'm invested in the story now. It's gonna cure Anne of her curse. Sebastian's reactions to what the cool stuff I do.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look.
That's
Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look. Revelio.
It's a rune. Calculations.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not? Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to Cian would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did.
My friend Sebastian.
I'll be in touch.
I like this guy.
Till then.
I like this story. Ah, it's cool. Well, that's where I stand awkwardly close to the door. And then I turn around and watch it close.
Revelio.
It's her Well, your homework just rampaged through the greenhouse and ate all of the aloe. No more homework that isn't written.
Lumos.
Oops.
Revelio.
I need to get up there. Cha. I want to find more.
Revelio.
They're all level 2 locks.
Revelio.
Why not? Why is landing unavailable? You trying to keep secrets from me? Yeah, whatever.
Revelio.
Yeah, it's Halloween.
Revelio. Accio. Here. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Lumos.
I know where that is.
Revelio.
There.
Confringo. Revelio. Lumos.
There it is.
Revelio.
Oh, I remember this area. Oh my god.
Revelio.
Where the hell did it go? Did it go up? Yes. Blue. There's a there's a torture tactic where you drip water, like drops of water. There is any repetitive task. You drip like let's say water, right? Drip a drop of water. Or okay, no, never mind, not water. You make a sound, you make it like a ding, right? Or no, let's say you snap your finger, right? Like let's say like I stand next to you and I snap my finger. Or I can go right, and you do it repetitively, but at like the same pace. And then you do it at like a different pace, right? Maybe it'll be consistent for the first like few snaps. And then the next snap doesn't come for like an extra 5 seconds. And then the snap comes. And then snap. And then maybe the snap and another quick one. And then the next one's like quick. And then the next one you hold. Don't do it for like a really long time. And so you make it like, do it inconsistently. So that the person is, they're anticipating.
Revelio.
I don't know, it's hard to explain. Anyway, it's a cool torture tactic. You can do it with like sounds. Like just a sound that's like annoying, but it's consistent. You can do it with like you can do it with like drops of water, right? Like if a drop of water is falling on your forehead, you know, it's kind of annoying, right?
Revelio.
You can do it with like electric shocks, just like a slight buzz, shock, you know? Stuff like that. Wicked Wild Potion.
Revelio.
I swear it wasn't what you think, my cherub. Your eyes deceived you.
Revelio.
It's probably one level down.
Revelio.
It's exactly one level down from this location.
What are you up to now?
Wicked Wild Potion. I didn't get this one.
Aloha Mora. Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Accio.
Yes, I got it.
Revelio.
Without having to.
Revelio. Revelio.
It's behind this lock, dude.
Revelio. Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, greetings! Any luck removing some more of those demiguise statues?
I got one.
I actually have some moons for you.
Oh, thank you. The fewer of these statues I see, the better. You keep your eye out for others, and I'll teach you more about Alahamora.
Where should I look for more demiguise statues and moons?
All of my usual haunts, which incidentally have now become quite haunting. Here in the castle, in Hogsmeade, and believe it or not, in some of the surrounding hamlets. Oh, my tormentor is nothing if not thorough. Kept me from all my usual engagements for an eternity now.
I'll keep an eye out for more demiguise statues and see if I can bring you more moons.
You are to be commended for your bravery and valor, especially since they can only be collected at night.
Bro, where?
Revelio.
Where's Hufflepuff?
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Confringo. Revelio. Revelio.
It's a level 1 lock. Oh my god. Yes. Got all the notes in Hogwarts.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio.
Let's get more moons. I'm running like an old man. Level 3 lock. Level 10 lock. Means I have to come back here.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
I have to run all the way up. Whoa.
Revelio.
Didn't get a single man from all that.
Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Revelio.
That's it.
What if he sticks like this?
What? Don't be silly.
Revelio.
Oh, I can't get in.
Revelio.
So what you try?
Revelio.
You rapscallions are surely up to no good.
How do I get back to my own freaking...
Revelio.
Footwork, man!
Revelio.
Where is my... Oh. Disappointed.
This Daedalian Keys challenge is coming along nicely. Here we go, the last house token. Time to see what's inside. Well, look at that. Thanks goes to the former headmistress, Eupraxia Mole.
What? Ooh, hell yeah.
I've always said that travel...
Were you able to follow one of the Daedalian keys?
Hello, Nellie. Actually, I found all of the keys and opened my house chest.
Oh, wonderful. What did you find?
I found a rather interesting costume.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for solving that mystery for me. I always wondered what those keys would lead to.
That's it. Thanks for solving the mystery.
Revelio.
When I cast that?
Confringo.
When I cast spells.
Levioso. Accio. Levioso.
The mole on my back grows or glows.
Accio. Levioso. Confringo.
That's cool.
Revelio. Lumos. Accio. Confringo. Levioso. Revelio.
The headmaster shows no compassion. Please do be mindful.
Revelio.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do. What is it?
I wondered, did you attend Hogwarts?
I did. I am a proud member of Ravenclaw House. Why do you ask?
I was curious as to how Hogwarts has changed over the years.
I see. Well, the castle itself, as I'm sure you have surmised, is full of surprises. I dare say more than the staircases change around here. As for the students, well, they seem to get more capable every year. Although, we got up to just as much mischief in my day as you seem to now. I used to look the other way at all sorts of roguery when I was head girl. I can tell you, however, that I did once admonish a certain Phineas Nigellus Black for enjoying a sugar quill during a lecture.
I hadn't realized that you and Professor Black were, students here together.
Appearances can be deceiving. You see, I was once wounded by time itself.
Time itself? I never would have imagined such a thing.
Ah, well, it was the risk I took with my prior position. You may or may not have heard that I was an unspeakable at the Ministry for years.
An unspeakable? What does...
As you might suspect, I cannot speak about what we did. Suffice it to say, the job was not without its hazards. Now, I hope I've satisfied your curiosity for the moment.
You have. Thank you for speaking with me, Professor.
Keep up with your wand work. One must always be prepared for mischief, both inside and outside of the castle.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Revelio.
Professor Hiccup.
Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Revelio. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio.
I'm getting nowhere with this.
Revelio. Levioso. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Levioso. Revelio. Aloha, Mora. Revelio.
I'd like to send owls, but I have no...
Revelio.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented blue powder.
Revelio. Confringo! Revelio.
I did say I was sorry.
And you also went on to do the exact same thing.
I wouldn't think Black would mind someone telling on someone. Seemed to be his cup of tea.
Well, I'd appreciate it not happening again.
I won't tell anyone again. Promise.
Not anyone. Anyone at all.
It was a good drawing, though. Made me laugh.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Yes, it was definitely a good drawing there. You got a good likeness of him.
Well, I have been told I have some talent as an artist.
By who?
No need to sound so shocked.
You're saying that based on your illustration of Black? The one you stuck underneath the sink in the lavatory?
Yes, most likely. And the one I pasted on the Quidditch stand.
How peculiar.
You said it was a good drawing a mere moment ago.
Yes, I know. Thought you did a good job on his beard, that's all. But nothing that would warrant the use of the word artist.
Well, I shan't be drawing your double-ended newt next time you ask.
Oh, don't be like that. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Besides, isn't there still a third one of your creations about?
Yes. I stuck one on the chalkboard when I was in detention.
Brilliant! I thought a boy was trying to be nice to me the other day. Offered to carry my books, he did. Oh, charming, I thought.
My father writes to me every week asking about classes and wondering if I've made any new friends. I dread mail. Every time our owl appears in the Great Hall, I simply cringe.
Did you see Claire's hair today? She tried a color-changing charm on it, and it's essentially the color of dragon dung.
Tried what I thought was a smoothing elixir for my hair. Oh, I think I was tricked. Smells like flobberworm mucus. Oh.
Do you think I have a big forehead? You can be honest.
Accidentally levitated Professor Ronan's sandwich once. He was fine about it. Actually complimented me on my wand work.
I accidentally dropped a flobberworm down my robes and potions once. You'd think I'd been hit with Tarantallegra the way I was prancing. Mortifying it was.
Someone passed me a note in class with a heart on it. I went bright red.
My aunt made some Amortentia once, because she wasn't getting along well with my uncle. Do you think anyone has found every secret passage in Hogwarts? Wouldn't surprise me if new ones popped up occasionally.
Levioso!
Have you ever seen a professor outside the castle? I find it jarring to see someone like Professor Weasley at the Three Broomsticks.
I enjoy having lunch down by the lake. Except when the giant squid splashes about.
Revelio.
Have you been in any other... I'd love to know what it's like to be in another house.
I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap. Gotta clear my bed. Alright. I'm gonna take a nap, guys. Bye for now, everyone. I might play tomorrow morning. We'll see. I only played for 2 hours. I only got that one quest done. It's alright. Play again later. Sorry for not talking as much. Bye for now, everyone. Night night. Need sleep. I only got 4 hours last night. Look forward to the next playthrough. Oh boy, in this Ijo Kuna Let's Play Hogwarts. Bye.